Welcome in. Let's turn the page. It's you only, and that's enough today.
Welcome back to the You Only podcast. This is your host, Lo Jackson. Today we're going to be going over a couple of great books, and we're going to be talking about money because everybody's got money on their mind. Your brain is a great asset you own.
You won't believe these two books, they cracked my world wide open.
And it tells you how psychology, philosophy, and patience create wealth.
Pages like little flashlights on all the parts I kept hidden.
Based on Money on Your Mind by Vicky Reynal and The Psychology of Money by Morgan Housel. Why money is never just money. Most people think money is about math, budgets, percentages, interest rates. But if money were about math, the smartest people would be the richest people. That's not reality. Doctors go broke, athletes lose fortune, lottery winners end up worse off than before. Meanwhile, ordinary people quietly build wealth without genius-level intelligence. So today we ask a deeper question. What if money is not a number problem, but a human problem? In this episode, we're drawing from two powerful books, Money on Your Mind by Vicky Reynal, a financial psychotherapist who works with people whose emotions sabotage their finances, and The Psychology of Money by Morgan Housel, who shows through history and data that behavior matters more than intelligence. If you have ever felt anxious about money, ashamed of your financial past, or convinced you're not good with money, this episode is for you. As Aristotle said, knowing yourself is the beginning of all wisdom. Money is one of the clearest mirrors we have. Peace at home, growth, and stability. These four things matter more than anything.
4 things you must remove from your home if you want harmony, clarity, and true prosperity. Listen closely because your environment shapes your destiny. 1. Remove fights and constant arguments. A home filled with conflict cannot grow. Chaos destroys peace, unity, and abundance. You don't need to agree on everything, but you do need calm, respect, and emotional maturity. A divided home is already defeated. 2. Remove complaining. Complaints attract scarcity. When you focus on what's missing, you become blind to everything you already have. Gratitude opens the door to abundance. Complaining slams it shut. 3. Remove laziness. People want a better life but refuse to do the work that creates it. Laziness steals opportunities, progress, and prosperity. If you want your home to thrive, discipline must live there too. 4. Remove clutter. A messy home is a reflection of internal chaos. Disorder drains your energy, clouds your thoughts, and pushes prosperity away. When you take care of your space takes care of you. Order attracts peace, and peace attracts blessings. And here comes the most important part. A harmonious home isn't built by luck. It's built by choices. The things you allow and the things you remove.
How your brain learns money. Money on Your Mind, chapters 1 through 2. Vicky Reynal begins by dismantling the myth that adults make money decisions rationally. She explains that our relationship with money is formed early in life, often before we understand what money even is. If money was associated with stress, conflict, or instability, growing up, your nervous system learned that money equals danger. Here's Vicky, star author.
I found that often, I work as a financial psychotherapist, which means that I talk to people when they're stuck with money behaviors or attitudes towards money that they can't change. And the things that keep them stuck are feelings, sometimes conscious, sometimes unconscious. And it could be, a fear of missing out that is driving your spending. A lot of people get stuck in a sort of lifestyle inflation where even though they're earning more money, they're spending more money and they end up in a worse financial situation than before. And when you actually look at what's driving that, it's because as they move up the social ladder, they look around them, they look at what other people have. They don't want to miss out on what other people have. They want to keep up with the Joneses, and they start spending more and more. And so if you identify that, there is this part of me that tends to feel a bit insecure socially, and so I have to fit in, and that's what's driving my spending. Again, that insight puts you in a position where you can work on that and make different choices. So that's a common one, a fear of missing out. Sometimes it's not feeling deserving. When we don't feel deserving of good things, we end up either unconsciously sabotaging our finances, so we end up in these financial messes, making bad choices, and we don't know what it is, but somehow we end up destroying wealth rather than making it. Or we might be the person who doesn't enjoy money, who feels guilty after they allow themselves to go for a massage or spend on a more expensive coffee or something like that. And so that sense of I don't deserve the good things that money can buy can keep us quite stuck with our ability to enjoy money, which is an important part of financial well-being. So it's not just getting in debt that's bad for you. Not being able to enjoy money is bad for you too, because then what is it there for?
Yeah.
If money was associated with love, approval, or power, you may choose it compulsively. These patterns live below conscious thought. Reynal draws attachment theory and neuroscience. Functional MRI studies show that financial loss activates the amygdala, the brain's fear center. This is the same system triggered by physical threats. When markets crash or bills pile up, the brain reacts as if survival is at stake. This explains why people panic, sell investments, and during downturns avoid opening bank statements and overspending to self-soothe. These are not moral failures, they are nervous system responses. A foundational coping skill Reynal teaches is naming the emotion before acting. When you feel the urge to make a financial decision, pause and ask, am I trying to feel safe, powerful, distracted, or relieved? This pause interrupts automatic behavior.
Your brain wasn't designed to make you rich. It was designed to keep you alive. Every time you see an opportunity, your amygdala screams danger. Loss feels twice as painful as gain feels good. Research from Princeton shows we make financial decisions from our emotional brain, not our rational one. The wealthy don't have different brains. They've trained theirs to tolerate discomfort. Your relationship with money isn't about numbers. It's about rewiring fear.
Why experience beats knowledge, the psychology of money, chapters 1 through 3. Morgan Housel introduces one of the most important ideas in finance. Check out what Morgan Housel has to say about money.
Recognize the game that's being played and to ask yourself, do you want to use money as a tool to give yourself a better life or as a scorecard for other people to measure you by? And most of those people are not even paying attention to you to begin with.
Right.
And that's a big part of it. Like, you wake up every morning running as fast as you can to impress strangers who are not even thinking about you. They're busy thinking about themselves. And so I think once you identify that game, then your social aspirations can decline. Not to zero. Like, everyone wants to look good and be fit in and fit in with their friends, but I think they can decline, and your willingness to show off really diminishes. I heard this great phrase recently, which was, a high-end Toyota is a nicer car than an entry-level BMW, because a high-end Toyota is filled with things that make you happy. Nice seats, a good sound system, like moonroof, whatever it is. The entry-level BMW is just bragging rights.
Right.
But other than that, I think you should go through life wanting the proverbial high-end Toyota. I think that it's not showing off for others, it's making you happy.
People don't experience money objectively. They experience it through personal history. He writes, no one is crazy. People make financial decisions based on their own unique view of the world. Someone who lived through inflation will fear cash. Someone who lived through a crash will fear stocks. Both feel rational to the person experiencing them. This is why financial advice often fails. It ignores psychology. Housel shows through historical examples that intelligence does not predict financial success. Behavior does. Emotional control, patience, and humility matter more than prediction. This aligns with Stoic philosophy. Epictetus taught that we cannot control external events, only our responses. Markets will rise and fall. The investor's job is not to predict, but to endure. Section 3, The Science of Compounding and Patience. Housel, chapters 4 through 5. One of the most misunderstood forces in finance is compounding. Compounding is not linear, it is exponential. Small, consistent actions over long periods create disproportionate results. Housel highlights a staggering fact. Over 90% of Warren Buffett's net worth was accumulated after the age of 60. Buffett did not outperform others because he was consistently smarter. He outperformed because he stayed invested longer.
What could I do to earn $100,000 over the next 12 months? The more specific the question, the better. Then you devote yourself to writing 20 answers to this question. You must write a minimum of 20 answers. Work harder, work smarter, start earlier, stay later, change occupations, upgrade my skills, whatever it is, keep forcing yourself to write till you've written 20 answers. We call this mindstorming. The first 3 to 5 answers will be easy. The next 3 to 5 answers will be difficult. The last 10 answers will be incredibly difficult. But I have given this exercise to people who've gone on to become millionaires so many times I've lost track, because they often find that the 20th answer changes their whole life. And if you've ever done this once, it's absolutely staggering. More people have become millionaires with this simple idea of mindstorming, what I call the 20 idea method, than any other single method of creative thinking ever discovered.
A study from Vanguard shows that investor behavior reduces average returns by roughly 1.5 to 2% per year due to emotional decisions like panic selling and chasing performance. Over decades, this gap compounds massively. A coping skill here is time perspective training. Instead of asking, "What will the market do this year?" ask, "Where will my investment be in 20 years?" This reframes vitality as noise. Section 4, Investor Mindsets and Philosophy in Action. Housel, chapters 6 through 8. Warren Buffett's philosophy centers on temperament. He famously said, "The stock market is a device for transferring money from the impatient to the patient." Buffett avoided leverage, speculation, and hype. His edge was emotional restraint. Charlie Munger, which was Warren Buffett's partner, believed wisdom came from avoiding mistakes. He studied psychology to understand bias. Confirmation bias, overconfidence, and social proof cause people to act irrationally. His philosophy mirrored Socratic humility, or Socrates. Knowing what you don't know protects you. Ray Dalio built systems to counter emotional bias. At Bridgewater, decisions were evaluated after outcomes to identify emotional interference. This practice reflects Buddhist philosophy, which emphasizes observing the mind without attachment. These investors train their minds before portfolio.
What's a common fear you hear around people who say, "I'm trying to make more money," or "I'm struggling making more money," or "I'm in debt and I don't know what to do to make more money"? And you ask them, "What's your fear?" What's the common response?
I would say the most common fear and or quality that comes up for people when they're trying to manifest a miracle is doubt. They doubt that they will be happy. They doubt that their current situation is good. So doubt is the key card, is the VIP access to miracles. So what does it mean to have certainty? It's not certainty that this will work out or certainty that this person's my soulmate. It's certainty that everything is good, everything is from the Creator, and I feel whole and complete right now.
Section 5, Money Shame, Trauma, and Coping Skills. Money on Your Mind. chapters 3 through 5. Reynal addresses money shame directly. Shame causes avoidance. Avoidance prevents learning. This creates a loop. She explains that people often internalize financial struggles as personal failure. In reality, most people were never taught financial skills. According to surveys, fewer than half of U.S. adults received any formal financial education. And that's a problem. And we should all be getting educated with our finances because they're ours. It's our responsibility, each and every one of you. A critical coping skill is separating identity from outcome. You are not your debt. You are not your past mistakes. You are a person learning a skill. Reynal recommends self-compassion practices similar to those used in trauma therapy. Treat financial mistakes as data, not character flaws. Section 6. Practical strategies for saving. Housel, chapters 10 through 12. Saving is not about restriction. It's about control. Saving gives you options. Studies show that automation dramatically increases savings rates. People save 2 to 3 times more when savings are automatic. A simple strategy is to save first, spend second. Even small amounts matter. Philosophy supports this. Seneca wrote, "Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants." Saving is a form of freedom, not deprivation. Section 7, Practical Strategies for Investing. Housel, chapters 13 through 15. Investing does not require complexity. Index funds, which track the overall market, consistently outperform most active managers. Over 20-year periods, roughly 80 to 90% of professional funds underperform simple index strategies. This is not because professionals are dumb, it's because fees, overtrading, and emotional decisions compound against them. A key coping skill is creating an investment rulebook. Decide in advance how you will act during downturns. Write it down. This removes emotional stress during those times. And remember, writing all things down is intelligent because it makes you remember. But the thing is, you have to remember to go back and read it. Section 8, The Philosophy of Enough. Housel, final chapters of his book, and Reynal, conclusion. One of the most profound ideas in the psychology of money is knowing when enough is enough, Housel writes. And to share these 10 things that every person should learn to do alone because it will make you more prosperous when you learn that you are as strong as you are because of you, and everything that has gone on that is good in your life is because of you. Check this out.
10 things to do alone at least once in your life. 1. Go to a restaurant and eat alone. Learn to enjoy your own company without feeling watched. 2. Take a long train or bus ride with no destination in mind. Clarity comes when life slows down. 3. Move to a new city for a short time. Rebuild yourself without anyone knowing your past. 4. Spend a whole weekend without speaking to anyone. Silence reveals what noise hides. 5. Fix a serious problem without asking for help. Confidence comes from surviving alone. 6. Go a full day without technology. Notice how addicted you are to distraction. 7. Plan and complete a difficult physical challenge. Pain teaches discipline better than comfort. 8. Sit in nature for hours with no music, no phone. Meet yourself without filters. 9. Make a big decision alone. Learn to trust your own judgment. 10. Celebrate a win by yourself. Stop waiting for applause. Stop waiting for applause to feel proud.
There is no reason to risk what you have and need for what you don't have and don't need. This idea echoes ancient philosophy. Aristotle believed virtue lay in moderation. The Stoics warned that endless desire creates suffering. Reynal concludes that financial health includes emotional health. Wealth without peace is not success. Section 9, redefining what it means to be a money expert. A money expert is not someone who predicts markets. A money expert is someone who understands their own behavior, manages emotion, and applies simple strategies consistently. You become a money expert by learning patience, not prediction, by building habits, not chasing hacks. Section 10. Final reset for the listener. If you feel behind, understand this. Money wealth is built slowly. Most mistakes are recoverable. Most people start without knowledge. You are not late. You are early in awareness. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Money is not a test of worth. It is a tool that reflects how we think, feel, and act under pressure. So audience, when you master your psychology, money becomes manageable. When you master patience, wealth becomes inevitable. Until next time.